Warning. This video may contain graphic language, graphic violence, gross cartoon penises, and a whole lot of Pimpy the pimp-ass pimp showing what's up. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is going on out there, peeps? Man, people are losing their mind out there. But with good reason. Look, I really just think it's a major distraction. This was actually used before a long time ago. I'll remind some of you, because some of you might be a little young. But I have heard a lot of people remind others that floating around weather balloons and claiming that they're UFOs was used before in the past by our government, either to distract us from something else or to lie to the American people, to continue their interest in us moving into war, which is most likely that's what this is here. Why is it the Biden administration would choose to fight China right now is beyond me. Because right now, we're supposed to be fighting a proxy war with Russia. It's not actually a proxy war. We're actually at war. Come to find out that some of our special forces and soldiers are there on this side of Ukraine. As a matter of fact, a couple of them have been killed, and then our government called them rogue special force people. Yeah, okay. Anyways, we're sending over our tanks and everything else, and along with the many other countries. So what is the issue? Why is the world focusing in on China and Russia? That's a good question. Could it be because they refuse to go along with this World Economic Forum's New World Order? They want to keep their sovereignty. They don't want to turn over control to an unelected group of bureaucrats. I think that's more realistic than anything else. Or it could be wrong. It's the total opposite. That they absolutely are part of it. And this is just all rouge. Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so. Because when you do, it helps out the channel. And I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link will be down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy Silver. Yes, it has changed. PIMPY-SILVER. So if you're watching this video and it's an older video, make sure you check on current videos because the code is going to be changing from time to time from now on. Also, I can be found on other platforms. Everybody knows I have my own website, Pimpy's News Network. Over here, I post videos that I can't get away with over on YouTube. Also, I have a group on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. Come on over here and join us. It's free to do so. You can also come follow me on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and Odyssey. The links for all these platforms will be down below in the description. So for whatever reason, if I get removed off of one platform, you could find me on the others. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. Feel free to pause the video and write it down and go ahead and reach out to me. Alright, let's see how crazy everybody's getting. Seriously. Could UFOs over the US be the same as the infamous Tic Tac caught on video? Experts say mysterious object resembles a white oblong spotted by the U.S. Navy in 2004 as the Pentagon refuses to rule out aliens. So yeah, we also see that the Pentagon is playing part of this. They're trying to be mysterious, claiming that they don't want to rule out UFOs or aliens. But so far, most all of the pictures that I've seen are just of weather balloons. And so many people are brought up to the point, why would China use weather balloons to spy on our country when they have satellites that can look up an ant's butt from way up in space, which is a good point. Thinking rational about this, wouldn't this be some kind of stupid stunt that the Biden administration would pull, especially with everything coming out about what's going on with his kid's laptop? The fact that Congress is using hearings now to expose our intelligence agencies have been weaponized. How about that? Or could this just be used as the excuse to try to push us into war? This has happened in the past. Another person brought up that maybe China isn't actually spying on us. Maybe they're dropping us a nasty little present. Something along the line of the RONA, but a new version. If anything, that's more realistic than the fact that they're weather balloons spying on us, that's for sure. So it said the U.S. shot down the octagonal object over Lake Huron. with a missile on Sunday. Now, I did see that video, but the question I had is this. Whenever we see objects flying in the sky and they're blinking, that's not a UFO. We have laws here that anytime we put an aircraft in the air, it has to blink. It has to show colors or it has to blink. Why the hell would a UFO want blinking lights? They don't observe our laws. So that shape that they shot out of the air was blinking. But there is another video right around that same territory that I find very interesting that we'll go over here in just a few moments. Although China has claimed ownership of the spy balloon, the origin and purpose of the 3 subsequent unidentified flying objects are most mysterious, with the Pentagon refusing to rule out extraterrestrial origins. So why would China admit to flying spy weather balloons over us? That doesn't sound right. To be honest with you, it sounds kind of made up. But let's get into the whole craziness and see if we can get this figured out. So we had Project Skyhook before. It's when they were using weather balloons to check the different altitudes and test it for different types of levels of radiations, you name it. It did all kinds of different things for the government. And this thing goes on and on about all the different uses. But it has been used for something before. Skyhook as UFOs. Skyhook balloons may have been the origins of some UFO observations. The most famous case possibly involves Skyhook missighting with the Mantle UFO incident. The script for Earth versus the Flying Saucers, 1956. Is it that one, or is there a more famous situation? How about the battle over LA? There has been former intelligence agencies that came out and said the battle over LA was not a UFO. In fact, it was a weather balloon that was released by the government. People got to remember that we just had been bombed by Japan in Pearl Harbor in January, but things seem to have slowed down just a little bit as far as interest in this fight. People weren't too thrilled about going into another world war, and then this happened. And the media ran with it, saying it was Japan that looked like they were attacking us. They were using some type of aircraft. And it got the attention of the people. So that's right here. This is the battle over LA. And you can see they were shooting up in the air. This is crazy because it's LA. They were shooting live ammo at a weather balloon over Los Angeles. You can see right here, it says a photo published by the LA Times on February 26, 1942, has been featured in the UFO conspiracy theories as evidence of an extraterrestrial visitation. They assert that the photo clearly shows searchlights focused on the alien spaceship. However, the photo was heavily modified by photo retouching prior to the publication, a routine practice in graphic arts of the time intended to improve contrast in black and white photos. Times writer Larry Harnish noted that the retouched photo, along with fake newspaper headlines, were presented as true historical material in trailers for the 2001 film Battle of LA. So there you have it right there. This has been used before to keep us interested in World War II. Shout out to Redacted once again, doing what they do best, cover all the great topics, but they're going to bring in a former intelligence agency to tell us what is up.
I seem to remember, actually, a former FBI agent, John D'Souza, about a year ago or so, warning us that the deep state was going to use a fake UFO invasion in order to distract us from what's really going on. John D'Souza is a
called Project Bluebeam.
Retired FBI special agent who served 25 years. He worked on counterterrorism and paranormal cases specifically. In fact, he had a top secret security clearance during his FBI career. He literally was the one that collected X-Files that were used in the show X-Files. Like, that's what his job was. He warned us that politicians are going to start talking about UFOs. They're going to start talking about unexplained objects, UAPs, as they call them, and trying to drum up fear, as he said, about a fake UFO invasion. He said this almost a year ago. Watch him, FBI, basically lay out their playbook. Watch.
They're going to have to do something else. And I think fake alien invasion is one of the main things they have ready. And here's one of the keys to understanding fake alien invasion is that our military, for instance, our military industrial complex is so large, so huge. It's larger than many countries. There's segments of the Pentagon that I refer to as the dark Pentagon. It is military officials that are working with the cabal because they really need to get the fear up to get back on the map with this fake alien invasion. And we're going to see a lot more politicians start supporting the Tic Tacs.
So what do you think? Is that his job to come out and mislead people as well? We have a hard time finding out what is and what isn't the truth. Just because we can't trust our media, we can't trust our intelligence agencies, whether they're current or former, it's really hard to know what is and what is not the truth. So let's go ahead and watch this last video and you let me know what you think. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This was the so-called UFO that was shot down over Lake Huron over there in Canada. Now, there's so many conflicting reports. You got people out there saying they're weather balloons, people saying that there was an octagon-shaped UFO out there. All I can tell you is this. Watch the way these lights move around in the sky, and you tell me what you think. So let's go through this video and see if we can figure out if it's weather balloons, bullshit, or if there's something actually out there. See, there's something. That's our plane. Remember I was telling you that by law, our plane's got to blink? What are these things? They're floating around in a circle. Look how they dip down and then go back up. See how this one dipped down and went back up? Look at it. Now, weather balloons don't do that. Somebody tried to say they were a flare. Flares don't do that. They don't dip down and then go back up. You can see again, here's us right here. They're blinking, it's coming in. There's two unidentified. Look how this one goes down and it goes back up. So those aren't flares and those aren't weather balloons. So what the hell are they really? So what do y'all think? Is it a distraction? Are they real? Are they weather balloons? Or is China spying on us? Or is this just some hoax to try to convince us that we need to go to war with China? You guys let me know what you guys been thinking down there. I look forward to your comments and I'll get back at you later. I'm out.